How's it going, everybody? This
Good.
is our inaugural Night of Champions preview episode.
Mhm.
Night of Champions is happening on Sunday,
This
September 18th. So,
6 p.m.
You ready for it? And this is Justin.
Oh, hi. I'm Justin.
And
A very conflicted fan.
Yep.
A very conflicted man.
And I'm here
That's
to
the
party.
rhyme scheme.
Yep.
He wants you to know he's here to party, but he's here to be professional.
Yeah.
So let's be professional.
I mean, I gotta wear this. This is our first ever preview episode.
So anyways, let's jump right into it.
First match. Awesome.
That we will talk about. This isn't
yeah,
like
sorry.
the confirmed card.
Yeah. Well, the card hasn't been released yet. Our first match that we're going to talk about is Awesome Truth, which is R-Truth and
The Miz. I don't know what R-Truth does.
No. R-Truth
Take it on. Air boom.
Boom.
Yep. I'll let you start on this match. You're a tag team advocate.
Yep. Basically, the conflict of how my thought process for this match is it's almost too soon to have Air Boom drop the titles.
It wouldn't make any sense.
But it's going to be tough for them to keep it viable if they have Awesome Truth lose clean. So this is how I think it's going to go down. I think that we have two of the best heels in the business. They're going to try to do some heel stuff. The ref's going to be knocked down, and R-Truth's going to come in with the chair hot, miss somebody, hit the Miz or something like that, or they'll lose. They'll lose on their own thing, and then they'll call it a conspiracy the next week.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about it?
Who are you picking in this?
I'm picking Awesome Truth because I feel like they're not going to end up doing that. They're just going to hand them the belts.
That's what you think should happen.
Yeah, what I think should happen is that I think that they're just going to have Awesome Truth win either clean or win dirty. I think they should lose on their own dirty habits. How do you feel about this?
I'm saying the same thing you did. It's almost too early to drop it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, how do you, what's the word?
Like, perpetuate.
Make it believable make it believable that Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston can really beat The Miz and R-Truth. Like, The Miz was the WWE champion for like almost 6 months, I think, and then R-Truth was in the main event of Capital Punishment. Kofi and Evan Bourne are just two mid-card career guys, so it's almost like, how do you make it believable that they could do that? But
and
especially
I think it's
because
just too soon. Plus, they haven't been around that long, so it's not like they have the tag chemistry. Yeah. You can't use that factor or anything.
And you saw both members of Air Boom lose clean this week on television, so it's almost like, why would they make it that obvious? Like,
yeah.
So we'll see. I am picking Air Boom to win this based on the fact that I just think it's too soon. You've made them look good. The crowd's behind them. They're getting good reaction. Keep it going. Just build the tag team up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right. The next match was announced on Monday Night Raw is for the United States Championship.
Yep. We
have Dolph Ziggler, the champion, taking on Jack Swagger, Alex Riley, and
this ain't no make believe.
Yep. We haven't got to do that in a while.
I know.
All right.
John Morrison's be on TV more often.
I'll start with this one.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and immediately eliminate Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Night of Champions. Why would you have a fatal four-way just to retain? I'm gonna eliminate Swagger because of the thing with Dolph and Jack Swagger. They want to build with Vicky, so they don't need the belt. So that leaves Alex Riley and John Morrison. I can see them giving the belt to John Morrison because he's, crowd likes John Morrison, whatever. I, however, am picking Alex Riley in this match. I want him to win, for one, but as well, it's almost like John Morrison, the crowd likes him, he can do his own thing and be fine. The other two have a feud with Vicky to do it. Alex Riley needs the belt to give him something to do. It's like at some point you have to see, like you can call anybody the upcoming bright star, but until you give them something to go with, give them a chance to see how they are, you're never going to know. So I think I'm taking Alex Riley, new United States champion, based on the fact that they just need to give it to him and see how he does with it to see if he's a future star like everyone thinks he does. I think he is.
And I'm agreeing with them. We pick independently, but we're both on the same page on Alex Riley here. Alex Riley needs it more than everyone else. Morrison's doing decent without it. Ziggler can't keep it and keep Vicky at the same time and keep it viable. Like I'm just speaking for myself here. I don't want to see Dolph and Vicky continuing this whole thing because it's kind of got drawn out, and Dolph can build his own heel heat.
Free Dolph.
Yeah, free Dolph.
T-shirt coming.
And I can't see Jack Swagger winning unless Vic Guerrero has some crazy thing to do with it. I'd put that out a 20-1 shot that Jack Swagger walks away with it. He's gonna screw over Ziggler though. Is how they're gonna do that because they can go feud. Yeah,
that's a good point because I forgot Ziggler's gonna get a rematch.
Yeah.
So I could see Swagger winning to help build that feud with the belt.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like they don't need it. But I can see that happening now because of the rematch clause.
Yeah. But yeah, so that one's probably the most unpredictable because there's four, just by default there being 4 people in there.
So we're both on Alex Riley. Hey, right.
Hey, right.
All right, you can kick off the next match we're going to discuss because it is your specialty.
Yep, Kelly versus Beth Phoenix. Save some time. I pick Beth Phoenix.
I pick Beth Phoenix. Get the belt off Kelly. Time saver.
Yep. Let's.
It doesn't like, do anything for anybody if Kelly keeps winning.
Yeah.
All right. So by default, I get to talk about the next match first.
All right. Awesome.
Not officially announced, but come on, guys. Realistically, Intercontinental Championship match: Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase. We both were talking about this. It feels almost like it's too soon. He has deeper thoughts on it. I'll admit that. But it's too soon. I've heard people talk. I feel the same way. I feel like this could be a much bigger match than what they're making it out to be as a match that all of a sudden has come about from SmackDown. But if you watch our SmackDown review, if you haven't go watch it, we pretty much talked about how this is like the least built up, but also it almost doesn't need it because of all the history these guys have had, so it just kind of leads right into it, so you don't need all the necessary but the same thing, I don't see how Ted DiBiase can win this. It does anything good for anything.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes is finally bringing meaning to the Intercontinental Championship again. I mean, he's a guy that people like to see. He's really good on the mic. Yeah. He's good in the ring, great in the ring.
Yeah.
So he's finally bringing meaning to it, so it just makes no sense for him to drop it in his first real defense, not his rematch.
You see,
I'm picking Cody Rhodes.
I'm also picking Cody Rhodes, but I'm not down with this thing that it's too soon. Like, at first I was like, yeah, it's too soon, but once I thought about it, it's the perfect time if you do it the right way.
Time's now.
Yeah, if you have Cody Rhodes go out there and you go back and forth for a while, and then the ref gets distracted, and Cody Rhodes just absolutely just assaults DiBiase. Just absolutely just goes in.
Goes Mark Henry.
Yeah, just goes crazy. You know, you build that like sense, like, wow, Cody Rhodes is like, he's legit. You know, this is worth something. You get DiBiase, you get him either away for a while, or you feud immediately afterwards at the impending Hell in a Cell and Vengeance. But I feel like if you get DiBiase off and you get Rhodes just run through people for a while, you can build up Cody Rhodes as a viable guy. Like, this guy is legit without making him seem like, oh yeah, he's gonna hit his little 5 moves and get beat up the entire time. Because he can go back and forth with anybody, hands down. So that's why I feel like this is the perfect time to do this, because it happens now, and then if it works out and DiBiase is good, you have him get the belt right before the Rumble, and there you have Cody Rhodes who can possibly win it, because you have that timeline going, and then you have it Survivor Series. You need some solo matches because all this crazy stuff's happening. You can have it culminate there with DiBiase winning, and then the next one's the Rumble, right? Or the next one's TLC.
Yeah, TLC Rumble.
Have the rematch then, and then have DiBiase win there, but have it be crazy. But thinking long term, you can pull it off now if they do it right. I'm afraid they're not gonna do it right though. Like, they'll either hand the belt to DiBiase, or they'll just have Rhodes win dirty. Like, Rhodes doesn't need to win dirty at this point. Rhodes needs to be dominant.
Powerhouse.
Yeah, he needs to show, like, I am the most talented person, you know, because he's not physically imposing, but he needs to prove, like, yeah, my wrestling talent is that good, or else it's not going to be, you know, something that people can look at and say that's Intercontinental Champion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're taking Cody Rhodes?
I'm taking Cody Rhodes as well.
You hand me that right there. Not that.
Oh.
That. Nope, the other one.
I am horrible right now. Alright.
The following preview is for the World Heavyweight Championship. Mark Henry versus Randy Orton, the champion. You want me to start on this because Randy Orton's my homie?
Yes.
Alright. Here's what I think is going to happen. And what should happen. This is coming from Randy Orton fan 1. It's not a woman. I promise. Alright. I think what should happen is Okay, well, there's two things that could happen. Either Mark Henry's been just laying the smackdown on Randy Orton because it's leading into he's really the most dominant force in SmackDown. He's going to win the championship. Is what I think should happen. Or it's been building him up so much just so Orton can look like a wrestling god. So those are like the two real things. It's either were they building it up to make Orton look better or to finally give Henry his chance. I think that Mark Henry is finally going to win this match. And I think he can do it clean because of how he's been running through people. Will Randy Orton let that happen? Well,
Of course not.
maybe.
Maybe.
We'll be seen. But I think I'm picking Mark Henry in this match. Yeah, you heard me right. I'll strike the pose still, but I'm taking Mark Henry just for the sole reason that 15 years, it's time. Just come on, Randy. You got to give him one run through, and then he can pass it off to Sheamus later, transitional champion sort of thing. Just let him do it. Let Orton move on to other things.
Like, I agree with you there, but the thing I think the main thing is it's like who is gonna put who over, Because right now Randy Orton is one of the hottest things,
He's putting Mark Henry over.
If he puts Mark Henry over, Mark Henry is going to be default one of the biggest heels in the company, like one of the biggest true heels, literally and in the wrestling sense. But another thing I could see is Mark Henry's been going at it for 15 years. I don't know how much longer he has. If they don't give him the belt,
When?
Yeah.
If not now, when?
Yeah, when, But if they don't give him the belt and they have just a good match by Mark Henry terms, they can get Randy Orton, I don't want to say over, but to another level to where people will start watching SmackDown again. Because SmackDown, that's what they care about is ratings at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And people aren't watching SmackDown at the same level. But if they're just like, wow, Randy Orton is that good, The thing with Randy Orton is Randy Orton has to go out there and prove like, yeah, I am the world heavyweight champion. I am that good, and every single match you see will be a good one. Even this guy who's just a machine.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is Randy Orton? If he can't be lazy.
Yeah.
Like all the people, I'm looking forward to this as a Randy Orton fan because he has to go out there and show out.
Yeah.
Because if he's lazy, this is going to be a terrible match. Because Mark Henry can't do anything, so it has to be Orton selling and doing, making him look good. So that will decide the match, really.
If he's not going to sell for Mark Henry a 15-year
who's he going to sell to?
Exactly. So this is a big time for Randy Orton fans.
Mm-hmm. I am, right?
Yep.
All right. So who are you taking? Mark Henry?
I'm taking Mark Henry.
I'm taking Mark Henry as well.
Yeah. We should. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, this video is going to be basically CM Punk Triple H will have its own video.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering where that is, look back at our page. It'll be there.
Yeah. And then the last one we're going to talk about
the following contest. We're only leaving this about 2 minutes because it's only giving us about 2 minutes of build-up. The WWE Championship match. Champion Alberto Del Rio versus the challenger John Cena, if you can call him that.
Yeah. How I think this is going to go down is...
It's a really good question. They've given us not a lot to work with.
Yeah.
We have no idea what's going to happen.
I think Cena wins clean. I think they're just going to throw Del Rio... They've thrown Del Rio's push away twice.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well make it a third time. And it hurts to say that.
Yeah.
It just hurts that they can go and they have all this stuff going on. They do good things, and then it comes back to John Cena win the belt again.
Mm-hmm. So it's the same thing, but I am picking Del Rio from the aspect that I have to believe they're not that dumb to do that. Why win the Rumble, Money in the Bank, just to have the title, defend it once against Rey Mysterio on free TV, and then drop it to Cena? The only issue is I'm picking Del Rio. I honestly have no idea how. Is he going to make John Cena tap out? Don't think so. Yeah. So he's going to have to do something. It's going to have to be dirty because he has no moves to cleanly pin Cena. So I'm picking Del Rio in some sort of interference, whatever, just so he can keep having the belt. But John Cena's not tapping out to the armbar, brothers.
Yeah. All right. And
so that's our picks. We'll put the little links or the results in the box so you can make fun of us if we're wrong and praise us if we're right. And if we're wrong, pretend like you didn't read it.
Yep. And just a reminder, the CM Punk Triple H, since it is not an actual championship match, is not reviewing our Night of Champions preview.
Stay tuned. It will be up shortly after this.
Yep.
We promise.
All right.
Like we say, take care. If you have your hair, spike it up. And
if not, buy some Rogaine.
if not, buy some Rogaine and spike it then. We are the Three of O Show. Good night, everybody.